This is every knife skin in Valorant ranked from worst to best in my opinion. In last place is the Daydream's crowbar. This skin is absolute trash. This skin doesn't know what it wants to be. It's a dagger with axe animations. Easily the worst axe in the game. It looks way better sitting in the collection. This axe has a better color scheme, or it would be worse than the last one. The Intergrade blade is another goofy skin that looks like a dagger and swings like an axe. I don't really like how the sword goes off of your screen. It looks weird. This is easily one of the worst color schemes in the game, but at least it's a dagger. The switchback is a slightly better version of the Daydream's crowbar. They both suck though. The Tilde knife had a lot of potential since it has the Ruin dagger animations, but it was a letdown for sure. If you want your knife to be staring at you all game, you can use this one, I guess. It's the worst green screen skin in the game, and the dual wield makes it worse. The K-Tac blade was alright when it came out years ago, but now it's just awful. This one would be alright without the orange line on the back of it. If you still play Fortnite, this thing is probably sick. It's not the worst battle pass skin, but I've never seen anyone use it. The Hive Mind sword was sick when it released, but it's aged pretty poorly. The color variants on this skin are all terrible. I don't like them at all. But something I do like is exit lag. Exit lag is a premier software for solving any issues you have with high ping, packet loss, and anything else internet related. Through key features like their dynamic stabilizer, which routes your packets through up to 4 different paths simultaneously, and their AI route optimizer, which optimizes their perfect routes for your packets to bring you the lowest latency. With this, you're sure to get an optimal performance by using exit lag. This all sounds great, so here's how to download it for yourself. Simply click in the link in the description and sign up on the Exit Lag website. Once you've signed up, you can download. And to use Exit Lag on Valorant specifically, click the library button, type in Valorant, then click on the server. You now have 2 options. You could either set it automatically, which is easy, or you could set it up manually, which can help if you're queuing just one server, then click apply routes. And if you and your duo both have bad internet, Exit Lag now offers duo and squad plans at a slightly discounted price. And since it's November, they're actually offering an even greater discount for Black Friday all month long. If any of this sounds good to you, click the link in the pinned comment or description and sign up for Exit Lag now and give it a try. You can also use my coupon code REMVAL for an even bigger discount. When you click the link in the description or pinned comment, it will automatically apply to your cart. Thank you to Exit Lag for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the rankings. This is my least favorite bat in the game. It just glows too much in my opinion. This gauntlet's mid. There's way better options out there. The Altitude knife is absolutely terrible. This skin is not good in any way. I really like the color scheme on this one. If it had animations, it would probably be decent. I'm not a big fan of wands, but this one's okay. I never understood these skins. I think their design just sucks. And while we're at it, let's get rid of this one too. This is the oldest battle pass knife in the game. It actually has a decent design. This one is alright. I just don't like how bright the colors are on it. This knife is so chunky, it should be a one-shot kill, honestly. If the Prism knife had variants like the axe, it would probably rank a tad bit higher. I actually like the Orion bundle outside of this knife. This thing sucks in comparison to the rest of the bundle. One of the best battle pass skins in the game. It's too bad you can't get them anymore. The Comet sword is kind of cool. I'd use it if I didn't have any other skins to use. One of the worst green screen skins, but it was the first dual wield skin, so that is kind of cool. If this sword didn't go off the screen, I think it would be a top 3 battle pass skin. This knife is pretty basic, but for a battle pass skin, it's solid. The Tiger sword looks way better in the collection than it does in game. People used to love this knife, but I haven't seen it in a really long time. I like the vibe of this one. It reminds me of the vanilla knives from CSGO. This thing just looks like a Dollar Tree Sovereign sword. The Crimson Beast hammer just feels kind of small. The fire radiating off of it is kind of cool though. The knife is alright in the blue variant, but I'd never buy it. If the Lux knife had the variants from beta, this skin would be much better. As one of the first knife skins, the Nebula knife was pretty good, but it did fall off very hard. I like how the bat changes colors depending on lighting, but the design overall is pretty mid. The Snowfall wand had good Christmas vibes. Hopefully Riot makes a new Christmas bundle this year. The Songsteel blade is one of the best battle pass skins. The pink version of the axe is super underrated. The Aperture knife is bland. It's just a stiletto, but I don't think anyone buys this thing. The OG Singularity knife has aged pretty poorly. The new Butterfly is way better. The Spline knife is pretty similar. It doesn't look that good nowadays. I like how this skin spins when you hold it, but that's the only good thing. Next, we got the Smite knife. This skin is actually solid for the price, despite the memes Only WestJet really likes it. Next, we got the Blast X knife. I never saw the appeal for this one. I actually used to use the Velocity Karambit when it came out. It's probably one of the best Battle Pass skins. This skin is goofy, but it spins, so it's alright. This type of knife has a lot of potential, but this one just really sucks. If you own the Ion Sword, you probably feel like you've been scammed and you want a refund. Katrina was sick when it came out because it had the Ruined Dagger animations, but now it's kind of mid. The Ego knife in black and red is one of the cleanest designs in the game, and I think it's highly underrated. If the Oni Claw had variants, it would be kind of sick. It's kind of underrated as well. The left click animation carries the anchor. Everything else about it kind of sucks. The Cryostasis drill is one of the best hammers. I just don't like drills or hammers though. This skin is underrated, but the new scythe absolutely clears it. As one of the first butterfly knives, it was very cool, but the new ones have just became much better. There's just way better options than the Mage Punk blade. It is alright though. This butterfly is solid, but like the Yoru one, it fell off pretty hard. Araxes was one of the best bundles with one of the most mid melees in the game. The Glitch Pop axe sucks, but I do like the pull-out sound. Next, we got the Gaia 2.0 knife, which was a huge letdown. The Candy Cane is cool since the knife can break. The Chrono Void melee has one of the best inspecs in the entire game. As an OG skin, the Sovereign Sword is still pretty sick. This bat is pretty cool, but the skin type isn't as good as the others. Some of you might think I'm hating, but this is the worst fan in the game. These are better than the Blades of Circuit, but still kind of bad. Julia to Chaos was another great bundle, except for the knife skin. The Recon Butterfly had so much hype when it dropped, but now I never see it. This skin is really unique. I do kind of like it. The new Battle Axe is one of the best big melees in the game. The Tree Axe is easily one of the best axe skins in the game. I've used it for a while, and I really like the blue variant. I feel like most Killjoy mains own the Glitch Pop dagger. I don't really like it that much. This skin's variants are really cool, but I think the shape of the sword is a bit weirdly shaped. The Champion's kunai feels a bit too big. It really feels like kind of chody. If it had a bit of a slimmer design, it'd be a top 20 skin. The Primax has stood the test of time in my opinion, and the glow on the pullout animation is pretty cool. The stone daggers aren't bad, but they aren't that great either. The color scheme on the Forsaken blade is great, but other than that, it's pretty mid. The color variants and the voice acting on the Protocol knife are good, but the design is just basic. People say to leave this thing unupgraded, but I actually like the glow and pullout better. The only good thing of the Spectrum knife is the music, but it carries. I think the Elderflame knife has the coolest flame effect in the game. The Mage Punk Gauntlet is alright, but I feel like there's something missing. The Fish Fan is one of the most underrated knives in the game. The black and red variant goes crazy. I might be hating on gauntlets, but I'm not a big fan of this one either. The Inspect is kind of cool though. The OG Reaver knife is still fire, but there's been so many knives that outclass it since. This skin is probably sick if you're an E-Dater or a Swift Play player. The Valorant Go knife was the best kunai in the game for a while. I remember everyone used to glaze the Rune Dagger, but the hype has fallen off. It's good, but not that great. This staff is one of a kind. The Inspect is sick. I don't like the Champion's Karambit much. It's pretty mid compared to some of the other Karambits. Luna's Descent is my favorite version of the Rune Dagger type of skin. The swinging animations are great. The right click animation on this blade is clean, and the purple variant is really nice. The VCT lock-in knife is nice. I wish more VCT skins had variants like this one does. I especially like the blue one. The RGX Katana is good, but I think there's just better katana skins at this point. While we're talking about RGX skins, the RGX Butterfly isn't that great anymore either, but I will literally say everyone had this skin when it came out, and it's still pretty good. I personally don't think the Arcane Gauntlets are that great. They're definitely unique, and if the gauntlets are your thing, you'll probably love them, and they're brand new. The Ion Karambit has fire skin variants, but I personally like some of the other Karambits a bit more. It is a solid skin though. The Primordium blades are fire. The green variant is one of my favorite variants in the game, and the running animation with this skin is sick. Feels like I'm playing a different game like God of War or something. The Xeno Hunter knife has one of the best pullout animations in the game, and if a plain skin design is what you like, this is probably one of your favorites, but I like some others more. I used to like the Oni Katana a lot more. Even though it still has one of the best inspects in the game, it just doesn't hit the same anymore. The Mage Punk Butterfly is probably the most unique butterfly skin, but as someone who's played a lot of CS, I prefer regular butterfly knife animations a lot more. The Neo Frontier Axe is it's easily the best axe in the game. It's got great variants, and if you take it down to level 1, it looks like a whole new skin entirely. Really diverse and solid skin overall. The Singularity Butterfly recently came out, and it's a pretty good skin. The only thing that stops me from placing it a bit higher is it looks a lot like the original Singularity knife. I used to rate the Overdrive blade a lot higher, but there's been a couple katanas that have came out recently I like a bit more. It's still a good skin though. And to start off the top 10, I chose the Champion's Butterfly. This skin is great, and it's honestly a shame you could only get it for a limited amount of time. The glow effect and inspect is solid. In 9th place, I chose the Nocturum scythe. Ever since this Soul Strife scythe came out, I think we all wanted a better scythe skin to eventually come out, and this one really did it justice. This skin is great, and it's a lot different from skins we normally see. In 8th place, we got the Eternal Sovereign. This skin is basically the Sovereign Sword, but held differently. Except this one has skin variants. The red one in particular is what makes this skin really nice to me. In 7th place, I put the Ignite fan. It's easily the best fan skin in the game. This skin was originally supposed to be released only in China, but the skin was so fire that the community got Riot to release it everywhere, and thank God they did. This skin is awesome. In 6th place, I have the RGX Karambit. It's basically everything you would expect and more out of an RGX knife. The look and feel is clean, and the effects are even better. Great skin overall. In 5th place is the Mistbloom Kunai. I think we all wanted a great Kunai skin to come out ever since Valorant Ghost Kunai came out, and this one lived up to the potential of kunais. Also, the spinning animation is awesome. In 4th place, I put the Zero Fang knife. This is my personal favorite knife with these types of animations. It's definitely going to be one of my favorites. In 3rd place, I chose the Kuronami knife. There was never a point I thought I'd like a dual wield knife until this one came out, and it completely changed my mind. The amount of effort Riot put into this knife skin, they really cooked. In 2nd place is the Reaver Karambit. This is my favorite Karambit because I love the design of the Reaver bundles, and the variants are some of my favorites on top of that. I don't know how you can't like this skin. Any Reaver Karambit hate has to be forced. This is an S tier skin, undebatable. And my personal favorite skin in the game is the Champions 2024 blade. I think this is the best katana in the game by far. The purple glow feels great. The pull-out animation is solid. The sound effects are on point. I might be glazing it a little bit right now, but I really do like this skin. Here's a look at my completed tier list. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you place anything differently.